How's it going, everyone, and welcome to another Counterside video. We are back with our July 12th patch notes. This is our second patch of July, and I have to admit, it's looking pretty good. I did take a little bit of a gander ahead, so let's dive into it, see what we got coming. So first and foremost, we have a capital point for the summer season coming out. Nothing super amazing in here. We have 9 primary armament data, which is good. The 60, or is it 50 or 60? I can't quite tell. It looks like it's 60. 60 set binaries. That's really nice. A decent amount of ports. We like to see that. So there is some good things in here. So we'll take it. Who doesn't love free stuff, right? Gives you a little bit of a breakdown of what you can get in there, right there. The missions that you can expect to have to do to get your points, whatever. Normal stuff. We've had a couple capital point things before, so we should know how those work. Scrolling right ahead, we have a challenge stage for the Grimory's Advice challenge stage. It's the E's for Grimory's bar group, which is it's just the 2 of them. So 2 EEs shouldn't be too hard to get, I guess. Didn't know they had EEs, but there you go. They have EEs. We have returning awakened employees. Maester Nikishia, who is, I wouldn't recommend summoning for her. She has some uses and she's a fun unit, but she's not a standout unit. I have her, and I do not regret having her, but if you're trying to decide on who to use those black tickets for, I would go for Shifuyu before Nikishia. We also have Maria Antonov, returning. Definitely don't summon, because she's really only useful in PvP. There's maybe some niche uses for her in PvE. I did summon for her and went nearly to pity and did not get her. So she's one of the only 2 awakened units I don't have, but I don't think I'm summoning for her. I'm not. I said that before, and I did, but this time I'm not. I know what's coming. I know I need those black tickets. I don't have as much time. And I kind of have a feeling next month we might have an Awakened Selector, and there's a chance she may be on it. So I'm going to take my chances with that. I don't have any proof to that. That is not confirmed. This is me just making a guess. And I can very much be wrong. But she's definitely not worth summoning, especially with other things that are up right now and things that are coming out in the very near future that we know of. So would not recommend something there at all. New and returning employees. This is pretty noteworthy. We have Christina Brett, which I talk about when we got our July preview. So if you want to know how good she is, you can look at that. The verdict was she's okay. Nothing stand out, but not bad at all. So that's her. She's new and coming out, so another unit to pick up if you haven't yet, and you're just trying to collect everybody anyways. But she comes out, and cool unit, love it. Will I throw blue tickets at her? Maybe, I might, but that's all dependent on this next one, because we have Revenant rerunning. Revenant is a very, very good support unit, especially for like soldier teams, so really good one to pick up. I did not get her last time, so you can bet your money I'm getting her this time. I'm going to try anyways. So that's really exciting to see her come back. This very blue ticket worthy unit right here. If you've been hoarding them and need to use them, here's somebody to use them on. Also, Moors is rerunning, or technically this would be Moors' first run on Banner. Moors was a counterpass unit. So she was in the general pool for a while now, but now on Banner. So if you weren't here for that counter pass, or you didn't buy that counter pass and you were wanting Moors, here's a chance to pick her up. Moors is a decent tank option for a mech team. Outside of that, not a whole lot of use as far as I can recall. So not a bad unit, nothing outstanding though. So. Then we have a punch in for Hot Summer Festival. Punch-in's kind of lame. I think the only thing here that's really worth pointing out is the 3 blue tickets. So yay, 3 blue tickets. But otherwise, kind of an underwhelming punch-in, so won't say much about that. This next bit is interesting. To ensure units deliver performance commensurate with the deployment cost used, some unit stats have been buffed. So, I'm not going to read the exact stat buffs, but Awakened Hilda, Awakened Mina, Awakened Shiyun, Awakened Xiaoyun, Awakened Na Yubin, Awakened Li Jisoo, Awakened Jake, Awakened Maria, Curian, Awakened Replacer Queen, Awakened Yuna, Ministra, Awakened, Evolved One, Awakened, Shinji Awakened, and Sigma Awakened all had stat buffs. Now, the amount of stat buffs for each of them is different here and, varies from unit to unit. But wow! This is pretty significant, seeing these old units get buffed. It is mostly just stat buffs. Some of them, nothing super strong, but still, stat buff's a stat buff. Some of them had their attack range increase, like, looks like Mina and Shiyun had their attack range increase, which is really nice. Giving Shiyun an evasion increase is interesting, but I'm sure that makes sense. But just stat buffs down the board. 215% crit increase on Jisoo. Wow. Some of these units, it really didn't feel like needed a stat boost, because, Na Yubin is still a solid PvP pick. Xiaoyun is still super useful in majority of content. Shiyun is still very good. Jake is still very good. Maria had her deployment cost decrease. And still got stat buffs. Which is ridiculous. Does it make her better? No, but it makes her more usable in other places besides just PvP. So, that's nice. So if you do have her, if you do want to summon for her because waifu or whatever, it's a little bit more worth, bang for your buck, right? But still, deployment decrease, really nice. Curian, again, another unit that's super solid. Getting a stat boost, wow. Replacer Queen, there you go, another one. Yuna, which is, a super, super strong early game awaken for a lot of, original players. And even for new players now, if they get a chance to get Yuna, take that chance, because Yuna's still very, very usable and very strong and carries an early account for a long time. Her getting the stat buff just makes her, last a little bit longer. So that's pretty cool. Ministra, also a really strong unit. Still a very strong unit. Evolved One is Evolved One. It's one of the only two I don't have. So I won't comment on Evolved One much. But cool, stat buff for Evolved One. Shinjia, really good support. Sigma, this is a big one. And the Curian too, but Sigma, especially, because both of them, really, they're new. They're really new. I think this is the last two Awaken units we had. And they got buffs. It's crazy. So yeah, are these buffs incredible, amazing? It kind of remains to be seen. I don't think they're going to make a huge difference, but buffs are still buffs. They're still going to make the unit perform a little better, and that's awesome. Definitely makes all of them, as the intention behind the buff, makes them a little bit more worth the cost you have to use in your deployment cost to use them. So very cool to see all those buffs, and very cool just to see that they're willing to buff units in general and not just nerf things. So they haven't seen that in quite a while, since the last time they had to buff something. So we love to see it. And then a couple bug fixes, which was a BGM bug, and then cutscenes from I think it's a sub-story, weren't in the collection. So there you go. And that's the patch notes. The big thing is really those buffs for Awaken units, very cool. If you're looking for somebody to use your blue tickets on, I would recommend Revenant, solid option. If you're looking for black ticket recommendations, Chifuyu is still probably the best option currently up. And an EE stage to farm, to just, if you're trying to collect all the EEs, kind of like myself to a certain extent. or you know you really like or use either of those units, and there you need to kind of buff some more. And then a bunch of free stuff with the Capital Point event. So honestly, really solid patch, really nice things coming, and we do enjoy seeing that. And we will take a look at the shop, see if there's anything fun over there. Why is the Capital Point opening up for this shop? Okay, the shop link is broken. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get this to come up appropriately. Gonna see if we can see what's going on in the shop update. It's not gonna work. Alright everybody, well we tried. The shop link is broken, so I have no way of getting the shop link up. So yeah, I'm sure there's nothing super exciting in the shop, but if there is, cool, we'll find out when the game goes live. But the important stuff is all this here. So looks to be a good patch, and I am kind of excited for it. I'm excited to use these blue tickets on a unit that, sorry Kanade, is actually worth blue tickets to be used on. So whether I record these and throw them up remains to be seen, because it is just a few blue tickets, so we'll see what happens. But with all that being said, hope you're excited for the free stuff and the buffs and whatnot. Hope you're all sticking with it and enjoying the game. I know I still really love the game and enjoy it. So you can expect to see more news for Counterside as it is released here on the channel. I will see everyone in the next one. Peace.